It's the Caitlin MTGO Show.
Hey, we got ourselves a pack. I think we strip mine. You could brain freeze. Brain freeze breach is like the best thing to be doing in this format, but I don't know if it particularly interests me. One cool thing about taking it is that you know nobody else has seen it. And I guess I haven't done it in a while. I'll draft it. Strip mine's cool too, though. Haven't done it in a minute. Yeah, the cool thing is nobody has seen this brain freeze, so like people probably aren't going to take the breach too high lane. Whereas if you send it around the table and then you see a breach later, and like someone might grab the brain freeze because they saw the breach and they're waiting for it to come back. Looking at Vista, Careful Study, and Chrome Mox. Careful Study could be good with breach. I mean, we don't have the breach yet. I'll take the Chrome Mox. I like a Chrome Mox. Looking at Treasure Cruise and Displacer Kitten. Displacer Kitten would be really good if we ended up with Teferi. Do like Jeskai Breach, like kind of a similar build to how they played it in Legacy. And then Bobble and Treasure Cruise both make sense here too. Yeah, maybe taking the draw spell makes more sense than taking another combo enabler. This is not a 64. I should probably do a couple of those before the cube season's over. Oh, hello, Probe. Yeah, Probe's just good, right? It fills up the graveyard for the T-Cruise. Gives me Storm for Brain Freeze. Well, that Coveted Jewel would play well with that cat we sent. There's also a Reprieve here, though. Reprieve can also play well with Brain Freeze. You Brain Freeze them, remand it back to your hand, replay the Brain Freeze, and then the Storm copies still resolve. I think I'd take the Reprieve. It's also putting another card in the graveyard for Treasure Cruise. Yeah, leaning towards spells makes sense when you got Cruise in your stack. I like the White Edition. Could end up using like Swords to Plowshares or various sweepers. I think we passed Wrath earlier. Take this. Could be a plateau if we find our breach, huh? Yeah, the biggest way that this deck could go wrong is if we just simply don't get a breach. I'll take more random duels. And then we just become like a, you know, just guy aggro control or control instead. It's probably fine. Skydiver's kind of hot. I think that's late for Questing Beast. Maybe Waker's good. It doesn't add Storm to Brain Freeze, but it is like another, you know, combo card. Yeah, as much as I like Skydiver, I think I'm going to take the Waker here. Yeah, green is open. That's a very late Sentinel. We have a couple free sources of black. With the Savai Triome. Silent Clearing. Could consider that Lingering Souls. I'm looking at Lightning Bolt and Athari here. I think I'm going to grab this Athari. Gotta have a win con or two, in case we don't find Breach. The Bolt Bombardiers and Marsh Flats are all interesting. I think I would prefer to have the Bolt over the other two. Interesting. Yeah, for me, this is between Hollowed Fountain and I think Jace the Mind Sculptor. Dismember's not terrible. Jace Vryn's Prodigy, not terrible. Jace plays better with a Treasure Cruise than Well then, Jace. A research desk might wheel. Be a nice cantrip in here. I'm thinking about the Hollowed Fountain, but we already have like a lot of land picks. And I'll draft another one. Oh, let's Ragavan, huh? Why not? Galvanic Iteration would be a sweet wheel. I could see that actually working in a Brain Freeze deck. The Mire's not bad. Gets our Savai Triumph. I've been pretty impressed with Sunfall. I think I'm going to take Sunfall here. Happy Zombie Day! Wheel of Fortune makes it much easier to kill somebody with a Brain Freeze. Hard for me to take it over Fury. Hard for me to take any card over Fury. But I think that's the grab here. One gut for the deck, Yeah, we passed a couple fetches this pack. Oh, I think I want that Oliphant. So this is like 12-ish playables right now. Hopefully we get a few more before the next pack. I think we're going to actually get some wheels this pack, though, whereas we didn't really get many in pack 1. The first few picks had a few different options. Looking at Chromatic Star and Shield Breaker. I like that Star puts another card in the graveyard for the T-Cruise. I'm going to take the Shield Breaker, though. Hangerback or Usher? Probably depends on the matchup. I guess I'll grab Hangerback. Don't mind second this one to gut. Those are not useful dual lands. We did, in fact, wheel the research desk like I wanted. Why didn't I take Snapcaster? Because I liked the other card better. You'd be surprised how often that's the answer. Hey, sup, crazy hair. Yeah, I mean, we got a nice tempo deck here, turning more and more into aggro red. And then we see Breach in pack 3. We can still have, like, the Brain Freeze backdoor, but if we don't see the Breach, we still got a functional deck. I think I want this Plateau. Saga's nice, but it just gets Research Desk and Chromox right now. I also dig that Ponder, but I don't know. I don't think I dig the Ponder more than I dig the Plateau here. We might just like end up splashing for Treasure Cruise. Like just be Boros, splash brew for T Cruise. Not ideal, but Seamets is hot. I'm gonna take Narset here because Narset pairs well with this Wheel of Fortune. The big loss here is the Steaments, which would have been another. It would have meant that Oliphant could get blue, which it can't do right now. But a card like Narset is why I would want to get blue mana. Hard call. Third Path and Daze are both interesting. Memory Jar is another card that makes it like way easier to kill with Brain Freeze. I feel like we're not going to play this Brain Freeze, though. Not like we have a pile of free spells here. We do have 2 black sources for Mind Twist and an Oliphant that can grab them. It could be that Mind Twist is just like a fine sideboard card. Still thinking about Daze. I guess Mystical Tutoring for Wheel of Fortune's not crazy. Ooh, a Tundra. And a Sacred Foundry. And this Demonic Tutor. Yeah, I don't know if I like the Demonic Tutor or not, but I definitely like the Tundra. Colonnade's sweet, but we already have a couple tapped lands. Makes the creature lands a lot worse. Just because you're more likely to negatively impact your development. Think about Manatide, think about Chandra. Yeah, we'd had the Breach going into this pack. We would have ended up getting Mystical Tutor for Brain Freeze and Enlightened Tutor for Breach and have like a really consistent package. But it might simply not have even been opened. Or someone else might have snapped it up. Well, Thundering Falls is something for Oliphant to grab. Then Oliphant can grab a red-blue source. I guess I want it here. Now we need 3 playables. That's not so bad. It's an on-color talisman, but it's not ramping us to much, right? 2 4s and 2 5s. The other option here is just Thought Scour, which I don't love. Oh yeah, we're getting Brain Freeze, so we need 4 playables this pack. Lorien Revealed's like really good for our mana, but I don't think we can afford it. I guess I could play the Spirit and the Bodyguard. We'd be giving up the Headliner Scarlet, which is a solid card. Yeah, I'm going to take yet another mana card here. At least it's a mana card that I can cast. Gadgeteer does nothing. Oh, let's play Mutagenic Growth. Yeah, this card's solid. We have like a double striker and a prowess critter. And like, it might let me attack with Ragavan and stuff. It might be really good. I've seen worse Reckless charges. Maybe Lavamancer rules. Reclamation's kind of good with Narset, right? Like your opponent devotes resources to killing the Narset, and then you just like reanimate it and fucking draw more cards. It's also good with Gut. I don't know if it's good with any of our other cards, though. It's my issue with the Reclamation. We don't have, like, fetches for it. Grab this for opposing Brain Freezes. This E-Tutor makes no sense. This Greaves doesn't make a ton of sense either. In my deck. Didn't we see other twin pieces? Maybe the person that moved into it in the first pack then ditched those colors or something. I kind of don't hate this. Only 16 mana sources. But our curve's not that aggressive. And we do have a bunch of cantrips here between the Thought Scour, the Probe, Reprieve, Waker. You hate this? No Ancestral Time Walker Soul Ring? This would not be the best Soul Ring deck. We'd play it, but we got a lot going on early. Time Walker Ancestral would have been sweet, though. I don't think I need a basic Swamp in here. I think we're trying to use Oliphant to grab the Savai Triome to play the Mind Twist. Maybe that's enough. Hoping that's enough. And then we could naturally into the Silent Clearing, too. So for red, this would represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 red's not enough. We need more than that. And for blue, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's lighter than I would like for blue, too. And then white here is 1. Can both of my island land cyclers get white? They can. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's more white than we need. We don't need this basic plains. And so now we have 4 more lands to disperse, right? Or 3 more lands. Is 8 blue enough? I think it is. I mean, the Narset's awkward, but... And then we can go up to 9 red. This deck could use a Manamorphose, huh? Nice little warm-up deck. Kind of looks like a pile of shit, huh? Just a pile of cards. Okay, phew. If they'd let out Mother Runes after I'd been the Lava Dart, I would have been kicking myself. I think my turn 2 is just imprint Mind Twist, play the Narset. Get that rolling. Maybe I'll imprint the Mutagenic instead. Aw, man, they're responding. Considering instead of activating. I think that's what the tank there was. I want the probe, but I'm going to take the Sunfall here, actually. It seems like a lot of their deck gets bricked by this Narset, with the Consider and Response and the onboard currency converter. And the Sunfall might help me. Oh, they missed on land drops. I mean, the Sunfall might help me protect the Narset is all. Oh, they can activate currency converter on my turn because Narset's once per turn. That's fair. We drafted Shieldbreaker, right? Yeah. They find a counter. They did. Damn. Wheel of Fortune looking pretty nice with our Narset out. And now they'll be able to clear the Narset with the currency converter here. Yeah, I'm just thinking about long-term answers to the converter and tackle. We have shuffle effects and stuff. Yeah, the land cyclers are cute with converter. They're cute with Inti too. Yeah, you're fine, tackler. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to admonish you or whatever. I think 4 is pretty good. And then I'll make the treasure cruise cheaper. Fair enough. I've been dazed. Actually, I'm close to being able to cast that. Maybe we should chill on it. I like the boing boings in this song. I'm not a complicated man. Not rebuying Strip Mine. Sure. Comment Lorian revealed for the blue-red land there. Man, every time I activate Faldorn, I get some shit I can't actually use. And I never make a wolf, and it's just fucking awful. They like get a metamorph to copy my Olafon, put 8 power into play. It's about right. I'm back in this. Rain in 6 is giving me a little too much guff. The brain freeze is weird, but I think I like it. Opponent's playing a lot of cantrips and looting and stuff. I think this is a situation where we get to cheese them. The opener's not the best, but I do like Narset versus them. Don't like binning this one, but it is a ways away, I guess Scour is supposed to self-mill for this treasure cruise. Five in the bin. Gonna have to discard. Unless I want a Chrome Mox. Imprinting Chandra's wrong, right? All these imprints feel wrong. I'll just imprint the Brain Freeze. And then I don't have to discard. Our deck doesn't seem very good at pressuring walkers, but maybe it's just because we haven't drawn, like, gut and stuff. Oh, that's interesting. We can play the hanger back on 2, and then charge it and put the Oko down to 1 loyalty. I guess that's what I'd fucking do. Oko's got way too much goddamn loyalty, If I had imprinted the Chandra like I was thinking about, I could have lava darted the Oko and an EOT. Or lava darted the Spirit Token, and then I'd have the flashback here to clear the Oko. I guess I could have made the hanger back at 1, and then lava dart flashbacks, and then the Oko would be dead. And I'd be down the lava dart in the mountain, and the hanger back would be a 1/1. Opponent a little tied up on white mana over there. The question is whether to Narset or Chandra, That seems like a good card, even if they know about it. Welcome, Shamstron. And hey, Cody. I'd have to reread it, Sigardian. I remember thinking it looked solid for Standard. I think the Metamorph is trying to copy the staff here. Which would be fine, but a time walk's a time walk, Hey, Lord of Depression, thanks for the 59 months. Thanks for sharing the Prime there. Hi, Red, good afternoon. Brickety brick. God damn it. By gut. I mean, the sword's handy for it anyway, but still, Back to you. Well, we're a little closer in terms of cards and stuff, Sean are doing some work. Lava Mates are activating. Well, Mutagenic doesn't counter that one. And now they get to draw 2 cards off this staff. Kind of brutal. Oh, sick. Whichever one I target, they get to activate that one, and then, you know, you get the idea. Almost wonder if I should hit the Mox, I wonder if it's worth using Mutagenic Growth to save a Spirit token and combat with their Spirit token. You got it. Yeah, that's right. I just won combat. Yeah, I'm not going to cast that one. Wheel of Fortune puts me down to 3 cards. So I don't think I can... Oh, they're scooping. They're scooping to Wheel of Fortune Narset here. Even though I literally can't cast it. Like, I was going to deal them 2 damage and attack for 4. Maybe flashback charge for 3 more damage. I don't know. Is the stream title in reference to getting stream sniped? It is not. Just the fact that I'm a streamer, yeah, I am. And the old, like, you know, dance like nobody's watching, but everyone's watching. People don't think I have to win in 7 cards. Yeah, I was less confident. Let's see, we would have gotten Spell Spear, Death Greeter's Champion. Yeah, maybe that would have been enough. Ragavan Dash. It's hard with them at 20. Maybe I should cut this Mutagenic Growth. For just, like, anything. Welcome, beers. I guess I lead on Probe, because if I find an untapped red, then I can blow up the Emerald. Yeah, Staff, Crucible, shame. Get the Lingering Souls bin, hopefully for value. We do have the Triumph here. Hell yeah, Tom. Congratulations. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to the Treasure Cruise for Crucible. Or I'm sorry, not the Treasure Cruise, Shieldbreaker. Sometimes I just say the name of the card that I just drew. It just like inserts itself into my sentence. Let's do this and pass. Yeah, popping the emerald's tempting, but I don't think green is like the bulk of their mana requirements. And they still have Lotus Cobra down. Flashing back Lingering Souls at this turn is kind of good, but I think it's kind of good next turn too. Bench is pretty juicy. Suddenly all their blue filterings free. And they might no longer have that Crucible in hand. Do the Brainstorming and what. I thought about remanding the Brainstorm. Make them crack their fetch first, then Brainstorm, but the Ponder would have been able to shuffle anyway. Assuming they didn't just find that one. Yeah, I think trading with Lotus Cobra, totally fine here. Not trading, also totally fine. I actually wanted the Crucible in play so I could shield break it without them getting a land value out of it. But I also wanted the reprieve in the graveyard, right? So I can Lava Mance the Solitude this turn without losing my Lingering Souls. What if I killed Lotus Cobra right now? Just deny them a lot of mana. I'm gonna do that. In which case I should have done it on my turn, but I guess we didn't know that they were gonna replay the Crucible. Get back Vista here. I just don't think Treasure Cruise is getting cast this game with all these Lavamancer activations. And I have 2 critters down that can trade with Solitude. I didn't want to slam Chandra this turn because it would be weak to like Miscalc and Daze, which are cards we've seen out of them. Might as well take it a little slower, huh? One issue with leaving the Solitude alive is, yeah, cards like Displacer Kitten and Metamorph could really gunk up my plans. And now if I Chandra to kill the Displacer Kitten, the Solitude's still around. Kind of just have to jam, Just gotta get this cat off the board. If you kill the Solitude, you prevent the cat from blinking the Solitude, but then the cat just blinks like Staff, and you lose to that shit too, you know? Protecting Chandra here. Making sure a removal spell doesn't let them clear it. Oh my. We're going to be leaving our spirit token back this turn. Because of Brazen Borrow, right? Fair enough. Still a good card to get a double strike counter, huh? And now they can't use the swords on the spirit token to clear my Chandra. I agree with them killing Gut, though. I mean, Gut's fucked up. Cycling miscalc, sure. They must have just ripped that one, right? Otherwise, they would have countered something the last couple turns for sure. You don't want to flip the spell stalker before you see what the Chandra is going to get, because the Chandra might get something the way you need all your mana, right? Like an Athari off the top, we'd want to spend all 5 mana for the Athari. Not a bad card, huh? This spell stalker, not a bad card at all. We got discard, we got pump spells, we got burn, we got sweepers, we got prowess creatures, we got hasters, draw spells, Narsets, sagas. Just missing some power, huh? If you only like Gonti, well, we don't have that, but no deck in the cube has that, so that's unfair. Don't, you're being unfair. The long run? Yeah, the long run might be very short, too, Lord of Depression. It's not only coming down on turn 2 because of Moxen and such. I think I chill on the Triumph for the Mind Twist and play Thundering Falls here so I can scour next turn. I think I like this. I think, maybe, I don't know. I guess the opponent doesn't have a ton of cards for this Mind Twist. Maybe it should be Savai Triumphing. I mean, if the Ragavan connects, I just have the black man anyway. Let's do a little Hymn to Turok twist. Three mana, Oko. Bummer. Uh-huh. Yeah, we already had to beat Inoko once this league. Maybe we can do it again. Now turn 3, Mind Twist looking inadequate. Souls is kind of interesting. You can death grade his champion, but they're fine like jumping with Cloak or trading. Like I don't think it matters to them very much. So might as well just serve with Ragavan here. It might not be casting Mind Twist, Mostly Yoko getting out of control loyalty-wise. Like, we need to get something down early-ish to chip at it. Or is this going to be too much? We were hitting that spot. Well, we lost game one of our last match, too. And the matchup looks very similar, right? Opponent's got a bunch of cantrips and an Oko. We just need to be a little faster. Those openers where you've got, like, 3 comes to play tap lands are so miserable. You, like, need them for good mana, but also you're just fucking slow as balls. Oh, really, Mattman? Yeah, I remember the early access stream for the Oko set. And my first 2 decks both were playing 4 Goose, 4 of the O3 that put a land into play, and 4 Oko. And I just like played a few matches and I was like, yep, this is pretty stupid. I just had like blue-green food and Bant control. Just like 2 extremely intuitive shells. And then both of those archetypes just were fucking incredible. I was like, well, hopefully it's early access and I'm missing something here, but I'm actually going to shock myself for the turn 1 research desk here. It's a little bit less suspicious now when I go on turn 2, like Mountain Pass. If you shock yourself to hold up mana on 2, people are like, but research desk only takes 1 to activate. Amazing, Jay Gresh. I kind of just like wheeling. Although Chandra into Shieldbreaker is like kind of a good turn next turn, right? All right, I'll give it a time. They'll probably get a chance to like dump more of their hand. Don't feel silly, but like the wheel's only a draw 2 there, really. Kind of like an ancestral. They've been 7, draw 7. We draw 5, draw 7. But I do like being able to play Chandra next turn. So hopefully they don't have a Spell Pierce for me. As in game 1. Oh shit. Well, that's all awesome. The coat has arrived. Sweet. Let's pop a cloak. Yeah. I don't think there's any rush for the rest of this hand. We can just pass. Oh, the Ulamog in their graveyard's interesting. So they have Friends with Gadgeteers, so that's like a way to get infinite mana for Ulamog, but they might also be a channel deck. Something to watch out for. If that is, in fact, a thing you can watch out for. It also makes that Shelldock Isle a lot scarier, right? If there might be an enemy under there. It's about to be turned on, too, because of the wheel. How do you watch out for channel? Yeah, just keep your eyes open. Might impact your mulligan decisions, how aggressively you attack at their life total, whether you run out extra permanents to sack to an Annihilator from an Emrakul. All kinds of things. I think they're considering whether they want to, make the coat into a 3/3 or not. LED is interesting. I guess I am getting punished for not playing the Chrome Mox Ragavan. Well, the Snar set might end up being good. At least we redrew our Death Graders champion. Potentially a clean answer to the Soko hum. Much better than last game. Now we gotta decide whether we're gonna Thundering Falls or Island. I think I like the Falls. Haven't seen days out of them yet. I'm gonna keep that actually. I can see Mind Twist being relevant still this game. My opponent's got 8 fucking cards in their hand, right? It would Alcatraz. That's why it's a decision. If there's no benefit to playing the island, then it's not like, which do I do? The Surveil land or this island that gives me no benefit would be an interesting call, right? Yeah, playing the island would let me hold up Lava Dart, and it would let me hold up this Mishra's Research activation desk on top of the Reprieve. But currently they don't have anything that I want to Lava Dart, and I don't particularly need to crack the Research desk. So I thought it was better to play that comes to play tap land. Get my Surveil on. If you reprieve an Echo Flashback, they do not get it back, no. Flashback will always remove itself, regardless of how the spell gets answered. Well, that's terrifying. The Croak got Oko'd to kill my Chandra. There's been some reshuffling and such. Kind of getting rewarded for holding onto the Silent Clearing, Channel True Name. Yeah, once we get the Lingering Souls down, we can start getting a little bit more aggressive. Souls, Shieldbreaker. Shieldbreaker plus Lava Dart could clear something. A little bit worried about this Forensic Gadgeteer popping off, Looks like it's making a lot of clues for them. Like, we just nuked 3 cards out of their hand, but they can just draw 3 more cards on board. I guess they can only crack 1 per turn, on my turn, because of Narset. That's kind of nice. The Research desk gets around that, though. You bet they crack the clue? I bet they do not. 2 cards entered the Exiled Zone. Kappa Cannoneer and Mana Crypt. Oh, okay. Well, that's frustratingly hard to deal with. They're playing a Kappa Cannoneer. What a surprise. Pretty good with their Forensic Gadgeteer here. We do have an answer to this board. We'll see if we can dig it up. We do have the Narset downtick still. I kind of like letting the Death Greatest Champion trade, because that's 1 more card in the graveyard for T-Cruise. The tech kind of makes it look like I have a sweeper, which is why I like serving. There's a chance they eat the hanger back, and then I make a bunch of 1/1s and such. And there's a chance the Narset downticks and doesn't find my sweeper, right? Which would be a good reason to Lava Dart here, I suppose. Still got plenty of mana to work with this turn. Oh, there it is. Cool. We Sunfall into it. They have 1 card in hand. Smidge greedy. But obviously getting Chandra down's worth something, huh? If the last card's Daze, you'll piss and shit. Well, that's good. Sounds like you got some stuff you need to get out of you. And now Lingering Souls can break that Copter. Could Reckless Charge a Spirit token. I think I just like serving. Save the Reckless Charge for the Shield Breaker next turn, maybe. Ace up 7. Greetings indeed. You have Reckless Charge as a favorite card? I don't think that's a weird one at all. A lot of people love Reckless Charge. You have a Reckless Charged Phyrexian Negator. Oh, that's a good feeling. Lingering Souls? Oh yeah, Lingering Souls is definitely not the worst card in the cube, Saw more play than Bitter Blossom for a long time. Spell Pierce and Scrapwork Mutt. I don't think that's going to cut it, opponent. I think you might be running out of time or what have you. Oh, shit, what up? 18E3, thanks for 56 months. It is indeed a number to show off. Congratulations. Should I Lava Dart that Mud on there in a turn? I think it makes sense, right? Because then they can't crew the Copter on my turn. Meh. Yeah, so Narset seems very good against them, right? Where they draw 7s and such. Like, they had an Echo in their graveyard at the end of that game. They just couldn't flash it back. I like having the Werefox in, with him being doing Channel Ulamog things. Not going to be able to beat that on turn 2 regardless, but, you know, they don't always draw it on turn 2. Cube is Better says, hey, Caleb, really enjoyed the Supreme Drafts on YouTube. Hey, fun! Yeah, they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoy them. I enjoy a bit of Supreme. A little concerned. Yeah. You know, that was the concern right there. Still a chance that, like, you know, either they don't have the Spell Pierce or we naturally draw a land, even with them having a Spell Pierce, but neither of those things happened. And now we pass the turn. The downside of the land cyclers on display right here. The opponent's got an interesting question. Now they flashback Echo. They might be drawing me into mana sources. They might prefer to just keep developing while I flail around. Yeah, I like that. I like that on their part. As long as they can hit land drops and keep on casting stuff. Well, I'm not. It just makes sense, I think. God, they can play an Oko next turn. Maybe they just won't have that green. That green right there. You know what, folks? I don't think this is one that I get to win. I think we can scoop it up. The turn 1 Archive lets you hold up Reprieve, but we're on the play and we have a Ragavan here, so we're going to cast it and hope he gets to connect. Blame the Shuffler. Well, that is our right as Magic players to blame the Shuffler. If we play the Plateau, we can Reprieve something and then keep our mana for Mind Twist. I think I like playing the Archive anyway. Sure, that's fine. You could Reprieve there, but I don't know how high I am on Reprieving 1 mana spells. Please untap and cast it again. Well, that's kind of exactly what we want to do, Reprieve. So hopefully this lands. Nice. Feeling really good about this Ragavan, We could double strike it. Oh, they had so many answers to a Ragavan in hand. Look at that. Their hand is only answers to Ragavan. They really wanted to land to Fairy Uptick and then like have Dismember or Borrower for it. And now they get to lose instead. Isn't that good? Why do we imprint under this Chrome Mox? I think it's the Champion. Champion with Ragavan's very funny, but I don't think I can imprint Gut. I don't think I have it in me. Maybe just imprint the Narset. It does look very good against them. Yeah, fuck it. Four cards, please. We left them with Teferi. Incredible. Welcome over Voltage. Yeah, not sure if I should have dashed this. Guess I'm glad I didn't. I guess I hit them, huh? Said it's a fair aim. Yeah, I'll leave that on top. So answer to that Mox Emerald, which is currently their only source of green. Yeah, Narset's so good against them, huh? They don't have a ton of life to pay into the Sylvan Library, at least. They're max Fluffy Face. They're max eyeballs. So they need a hard cast Solitude. Is that is that what's happening to me here? Mystic Confluence. Okay. Bounce 2, take 4, and then the Ragavan clears a card that they put back with Sylvan Library. So we'll get some fresh draws here. Oh, well, let's cast that. I feel like I've answered a lot of stuff this game. I feel like we've chewed through a lot of stuff. God, that Mind Twist was fucking nuts. Remanded a twist there. I think we're cutting Mutagenic yet again. I don't actually like the Bodyguard against them, though. I wonder if I can afford to play this Bitter Blossom. 3 black sources. It's been like kind of enough for just Mind Twist and Lingering Souls Flashback. I don't think it's enough for the Bitter Blossom. Yeah, maybe the Mutagenic Growth is correct. Ragavan is a good card, yeah. Did a lot that game. It is indeed 4-color monstrosity, yeah. We were trying to set ourselves up for a Brain Freeze Breach deck, but the Breach never came. I don't know how much, if the game where we, where they win, if they end up with, like, not very many cards left in their deck, Harmon. In the first match, we brought in Brain Freeze with that idea, but we also saw a game where they won, where they had like a ton of churn going on, and they had a few cards in their library at the end of it. I could be turn 1 Olifanting for Black Source for Mind Twist. I think I like just curving out here first. Kind of feels like this gut doesn't land, I wish mutagenic growth could actually like save any of my threats from a dismember, but it super doesn't, Maybe spell if I flip it. Let's Kenrum. This would have been a good spot for Dismember. Wandering Emperor, sure. I almost flipped instead of playing Chandra. Ideally beat gorillas. They try to pair you against people with similar ratings, which doesn't always happen, but that's the attempt. First they try and pair you against other 1/1s, then they'll do 0/1s and 1/0s and stuff. And then finally you might face someone who's 2/0 or 0/2. We could try and play around a mana leak. I think I'm just gonna twist for 4 here, and we'll play around Miscalc and Spell Pierce and Daze, but if they have Leaker or the new blue-white counterless that pay 3, then that'll work. And then we can play Hangerback here, which will work well with Gut, potentially. Oh, I just resolved. Wow, that Fracture Identity would have been the perfect answer to this Chandra hum. Kind of surprised the Time Binder didn't hit my Chandra. I guess they didn't want to get a creature in play for their own balance. Yeah, the reason to not borrow there is because then they would have lost one of their other cards, right? From their perspective. They thought about it. They thought about borrowing in response to the twist. But then they wouldn't have gotten to keep another card. Kind of a fucked up Mystic Confluence. The tank here is interesting. Means that the mutagenic might go poorly. But I mean, if they're hand at swords or Dismember, I want them to burn it now, as opposed to when I replay this Athari. Full Fractured Imbalance would have been hugely swinging. Yeah, if they balance, then like they're re-nuking my hand, right? Because I just mind twisted them. So they keep the balance, they untap, they balance. They still have my Chandra to deal with and stuff, but the cards would have evened up. Yeah, I'll top. Pretty glad I decided to ult there. Sweet. Not bad, huh? Not bad. The emblem's stupid, it really is. I've seen Chandra Emblem lose like once or twice, but it's so rare. You have to just like flood to Bejeebus. Or like immediately die. Part of it's that if you get to ultimate your Planeswalker, like your opponent is obviously not winning, right? And if you get to if they can stop you from ulting a Planeswalker, they're going